My hair's probably a mess.
Now you're on.
What's, as usual, I just combed my hair this morning. Who cares? Whatever. So basically, this is the coat that my daughter absolutely hates. But really, there's a little bit of wear on the sleeves.
A little bit.
But that's about it. Look how nice this coat is. Look how warm it is. See how heavy it is? Well, there's a little tear there. But Denise, the seamstress, could sew that if she would. But that's about it. It's a very nice coat.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I know what I'm talking about. But other than that, whatever. I'll take it off because it's warm in my house. I have heat. I paid my bill.
She's making fun because our furnace broke and I have to wait till Friday for them to get we're getting a new one, a new air, and but they can't put it in until Friday.
Sure. And it's cold. I mean, it's not cold, it's damp because the rain is working its way up here. We're supposed to get a lot of rain starting tomorrow afternoon and then tomorrow night and then 100% chance on Wednesday. But I can't walk tomorrow morning anyhow because I'm going under the knife. Actually, the laser light or whatever. And on Wednesday, I asked if I could walk, and they told me I have to wait to see the doctors. But we wouldn't have been able to walk anyhow because, you know, Princess Denise doesn't walk in the rain. But in that regard, she would melt. But in that regard, on Saturday, I got all ready to go walk because we don't walk on Saturdays because she usually goes to her Weight Watchers meeting. But I got all dressed and ready to go, and it was pouring. I will walk if I'm out and it's already started to rain, but I'm not going to...
No, you mean it starts to rain when you're walking.
Yeah, it starts to rain when I'm walking. I'll finish my walk, but if I see it's already raining, then I would look like the nut. Although I probably do look like a nut when I'm driving anyhow. But I lost 1 pound, which I'm very happy about. But I had lost, when I weighed myself yesterday, I had actually lost an additional 2 pounds. So I had really lost 3 pounds. But as Denise pointed out, my Saturday binging probably caught up with me today. So I'm happy with the 1 pound loss, which puts me at 35 pounds. So I'm happy with that. But I'm so getting close. I'm just working my way there. I'm edging my way there. Jimmy, I hope I'm not boring today because he told me I was boring last week. He said he almost didn't watch the whole video because I was so boring.
Her son.
My son Jimmy, yeah. Well, he's Jim. You know, when I was dating Jim, it annoyed the crap out of me that Jim's mother called him Jimmy. Because I'm thinking, he wasn't a grown man. He was 17 when I met him, but I'm thinking he's not a boy. He was, but, you know, I wasn't thinking that way when you're 7. You know, I was 16, he was 17. I was 16.
Okay, please.
But I just thought that, you know, like, oh, funny story about how I met him. Well,
you told me about it.
No, but this is like his family, before I met his family, is his mother was always very protective of him and checking up on him and everything. And I worked at the counselor's office, and she had called the counselor's office, and Jim and I had the same counselor, and I wanted to find out about this girl that he was going out with. And all she knew was his name. She knew about him was her name was Sandy. That's all she knew. And I said, "Oh, I know Sandy. Is it Sandy Manning?" And they go, "Yeah, she said, "Yeah." I said, "Oh my gosh, she is so good. Everybody just loves her here. She's very popular. She's the sweetest girl. She's so, you know, she helps out with all the classes, and she's very, you know, good grades. And, you know, I think that she's just got a really good catch there." And she was really happy to find that out. And then I don't think I've ever told her in all the lifetime I knew her that happened, but it did. And then the very first time I met her was for dinner, and I was having a salad. And his brother had not put the cap back on the dressing, and I went to shake the bottle, and the cap came off, and all the dressing went all over his mother. That was our first meeting, so I must have made some kind of an impression because I stuck around, you know, like a bad disease, you know, I can't get rid of. I just hung in there. But anyway, I never liked that she called him Jimmy, so I call Jimmy. So I call Danny, although I know to introduce him as Dan. But then I'll tell everybody, you know, this is Dan, but I call him Danny. So And Christy, I named her Christy because I didn't want anybody to shorten it, and then her husband Aaron calls her Chris, so that didn't work. I actually wanted to name her Crispy, like the cracker, because I just thought that looked so cool on the box. And I kept telling Jim that, I get the birth certificate, I get to fill it out, and I'm going to put Crispy. And so as I was writing out the K-R-I-S, I was so tempted to put a P, just so, and I'm thinking, what can I put instead of a P? And then I thought of the T, and I thought, okay, Christy. And then June is after my mother because, I love my mother, and I wanted to name my daughter after my mother. Although my mother's real name was Muriel, and I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. But anyway, I went off on a tangent. But it kind of just relates to my quote, because my quote is from J.M. Lawrence, and it doesn't matter what you have in life, it's who you have in life. And I'm very blessed to have a family that's just like as nutty as I am, and we get along so well, and we have our moments. I'm not saying we don't, but me being, of course, we're having technical difficulties with the director here, but I'm sure my quote, we're not sure my whole quote came in. My whole quote came in. And I was just going to say that, I live a comfortable life, but, it wouldn't be nothing if I didn't have my family. And like I said, we sometimes don't get along, but that's what's true of all families. And I'm just very grateful to have everybody in my life. And I'm getting tired of this journey, though. It's just, I like to, I don't want to eat, but I do want to eat, and I don't want to diet, but I want to diet, and I want to stop feeling so guilty every time I have something good. And I know good should be fruit and vegetables and all that good crap, but, I wanted 2 chocolate chip cookies. I was only going to eat the half, but then I went back and ate the other half, and I was going to eat another one, and I thought, no, you can't do that. And I don't know. I guess because I was just going on chugging along. I looked at my last track thing, and because I track my weight each week, and like one week I'll lose 3 pounds, and then the next week I might just lose a pound, and then the next week I might lose 2 pounds, and then the next week I'd lose a half a pound. So I have to be grateful that I'm losing weight, but I am getting discouraged because I have so far to go. But then I see that Kim's lost, well, by now she's lost her 50 pounds. She was so close. And Lori's in her 80s, and so she's all happy about that. And, Kelly's real close to her Wonderland. And, I'm so far from my Wonderland. And it's just, it's getting discouraging. And I don't mean to sound down or anything like that, but the winter's coming, and that's my worst time. I lose all my weight in the spring and summer. I look at my calendars and stuff, and then in the winter is when I start putting it back on. I talked to Denise, I'm so frugal, not cheap, but we could pay to go to the gym, but that's $30 a month, and I just can't justify spending $30 just to go walk, and I know that that's silly, especially since Denise has a treadmill, and I could walk over there and I could go on the treadmill, but I hate walking on a treadmill. To me, that's exercise. When I go outside and walk and talk with Denise, it's just like having fun. It's like we're going shopping or something. It's just like doing something. But walking on a treadmill, that's exercise, and that's where I get lost. So I'm really hoping that the winter doesn't do me wrong. But I just want to stay encouraged in that. And Julie Hasselberg, I cried when I watched your video today. I give you all the credit in the world. You have such a hard life, and you're so good with Daniel, and I wish there was more I could do for you in that, but just know that you and your son and your whole family, they're in my prayers all the time. I pray for you all. But I didn't mean to sound down or depressed or anything like that, but because I'm not. I'm just not. I just don't want to. I don't want to get discouraged. And I haven't had a weight gain, and I really have had only a couple times where I was at a standstill, and I really deserved to be at a standstill of the weeks that I was, because I really wasn't. But I know that, now I'm basically got rid of all my water weight and all that stuff. So now I'm into the actual fat, which there's plenty of it. And I just need you to encourage me on. Just slap that whip, snap that whip, not slap that whip. Denise will slap me. You don't need to worry about that. But other than that, like I said, I have my family, my grandkids. I can't wait till Halloween because it's going to be so much fun. The kids are going to go out, and I have my little campfire all set to go because I sit out there with the campfire. Denise is going to sit with me at my house this year, and we're going to have a nacho bar. So that's something to look forward to. But the sad thing is tonight I haven't had dinner yet, and it's 7:10, and I just don't know what I want, and that's sad because it's like I'm hungry, but I don't know what I want. I don't want to make anything fattening, so I'll have to think of something what I'm going to do. But in the meantime, I'm with you. I'm staying with you. So like us, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll be here on Wednesday for whatever Wednesday. I'm hopefully not going to have my eye patch and look like a pirate, but we'll see how it goes. And then we'll see you on Wednesday. So take care.